Why am I going live at almost 2 a.m.? Well, the only answer I can give you is Kanye West. He is the only person who could make me go live this early in the damn morning. That's not that true. But he is entertaining. So I said, you know what? Let me jump on tonight and talk about it because Thursday night, Kanye took to Instagram, and he ain't on Instagram a lot. He's one of those people, one of those users that keep around four posts. He posts, he deletes, he goes away for a while. He comes back with something, and every time he comes back, we're watching, we're listening, we're looking, and it's very, very, very entertaining. He's just the gift that keeps on giving, baby. And this time in his tirade, some people call it a rant, some people call it a tirade, some people just say it's just Kanye, and some people say it's just Kanye being Kanye, is what we have come to expect. But whatever you expect for Kanye, he always delivers.
Hey, here we go. But what you do? Hey, here we go.
Ooh, you know what? Ooh, you know what? Ooh, you know what? Welcome back to Kera Talk. First, where do we start? I don't even know where to start with this, so I'm just gonna go crazy tonight. But first off, I have to say, just like Kanye, you will see this in just a few minutes. Just like he asked you to do, I want you to grab your popcorn. You know what we got to bring Mike Jackson out because all this is quite entertaining. So we know Kanye West. He has a family with Kim Kardashian. The Kardashians are like they want to try to make them the royal family of America, right? You remember when they were interviewed by Oprah and the headlines read American royalty. You know what happened to having real kings and queens? Not that I'm saying I want one, but it's amazing if our queen got famous because of a sex tape. That just doesn't seem right. I'd rather my queen, just keep her hands in slavery like the rest of the queens. But that's a whole nother story. Hey, so we know Kim doesn't play about her family, and also Kanye doesn't play about his family. But last night when he went on Instagram, he had a lot to say. Let's start here with Pete Davidson, for instance. Let's look at this. So Kanye went to Instagram and he said, ask Pete how those tattoos of my kids doing in the trauma unit. Now, if you don't know what Kanye is talking about, you remember when Kim and Pete Davidson, that comedian that looks like a vampire from SNL, former SNL comedian, they finally broke up. Apparently, everyone on social media and media tried to push the narrative that Kanye was being a stalker and he was making things so bad for Pete that he had to go to therapy. So this is Kanye's hit at Pete Davidson. I just thought that was ridiculous. Okay. I mean, not to say that people don't have reasons to go to therapy. We do. But how many folks are in serious relationships? They break up and people are the person they were with, were looking on their Instagram, were looking on their Facebook, looking on their Snapchat, trying to see what they're doing, trying to see if they're over them yet. But when it happens to be a celebrity that does it, everyone wants to say, "Oh, this person is stock. Oh, this person that." Now, did he have to do everything he was doing? No, he didn't. Okay, yeah, no, he didn't. He didn't have to do everything he was doing. Was it a little too much? Maybe, but to go as far as saying the man's a stalker, I mean, if he really want to stalk, he is a billionaire. He could have people follow them absolutely everywhere. So this is just another trick of the Kardashian clan, if you ask me, to put out this bad narrative about Kanye to help him also just continue to look crazy. But I have to say, Kanye really doesn't need any help in that department because he just says what he wants. Now, you could take the side and say, well, he's a black man in America, and people don't want to see a sensitive side to black men, and Kanye is just a black man who wears his emotions on the sleeve. I would love all that. But when you look at Kanye West and how he does things, is he's being called a genius. So if you're a genius, I would think that you have some common sense. His mother was a school teacher. I forgot what his dad does, but his dad is also a very smart individual. And you're into fashion, you're into music, you're into owning businesses, and you don't have any idea of the history of white and black people in this country. Kanye, come on, man, you got to get a little bit smarter. Let me show y'all a book I have. I picked this up a while ago off of Amazon, and it's very fitting. The title of this book is "They Were Her Property." Okay, white women as slave owners in the American South by Stephanie E. Jones Rogers. Now, all I'm saying is that America and all over the world, black men have a history with white women. Okay, and it's not a good history. Many times they were used just for sex. Okay, because this is a scientific fact, so I don't want anybody saying it's not true. These are facts. Genitalia in different races are different sizes, and as we all know, we know what they say about black men, right? That they known for having that big package. Now I know some of you are gonna say, "Oh, well, I was with a person of this race and they were packing too." Okay, yeah, there are some people that can have a little razzle dazzle here and there and can prove us wrong. But when we're talking about as a whole, black men and women have bigger genitalia. You can look this up, Google it, do your research. It is facts. It's one of the reasons back in slavery that the black man was so wanted by the white woman. He has always been wanted by the white woman. She's always been sneaking around at night on the plantation looking for that buck to come outside, baby, trying to make sure that she doesn't get beat by her man. So it's just facts. It's a long history of it. And you always know what it reminds us of. It reminds us of that little teapot in the movie Get Out, the little teacup where the lady's just stirring around, and that black man is trapped in that world. Kanye made reference to that a while back, if you don't remember. But see, to be a genius, he's not that smart on a lot of levels, because you knew this and you know this, and you did nothing to help yourself. Nobody forced Kanye to get involved with Kim Kardashian. He knew her for a long time. They were friends. He seen the writings on the wall. He saw the black man that she was with. He heard about the Kardashian curse, and he still fell for all of it. Now, we're going to get back into Pete Davidson, but I just had to break you off a little bit of that. Now, in the past, Kanye has come after Hillary Clinton, and a lot of people are saying, what the hell does Hillary Clinton have to do with this? But do you know, a while back, Kanye made a little tweet, and I found it, folks. And let's read it. It says, from Kanye, look at this blank head. I wonder if Instagram gonna shut down my page for dissing Hillary Clinton's ex-boyfriend. Okay, well, who was Kanye West talking about? Oh, he was talking about, oh, look at who's this guy? This is Pete Davidson with Hillary Clinton. I don't know why Kanye thinks that Hillary Clinton was dating Pete Davidson. I don't know. Maybe she's into big things down there. You know, we know how Bill Clinton get down. I don't know what Hillary Clinton does. You heard the rumors, but Kanye, let me just issue a warning, brother. You ever heard of this guy? Jeffrey Epstein. Do you remember what happened to him when he kept Hillary Clinton's name in his mouth? He's no longer here to tell a story. He is no longer here on earth to tell a story. Bruh, man, you may want to be careful going down that lane. Leave Hillary out of it. Pete Davidson, we know him and Kim Kardashian were all over the red carpets going out, and people were speculating whether this would be the next man for her. I already knew, she's fresh out of this marriage. She wanted to rush the marriage. She wanted to go ahead and get legally separated and have the courts draw up special documents so she can go ahead and date and won't seem so creepy dating or make it seem so scandalous to date. But ma'am, you're still married. You can write up all the documents you want, but you're still married in the eyes of the Lord. Yes, you are. But back to Pete Davidson. He has tattoos all over his body, right? Okay, he looks like a piece of sketch paper, right? And we all remember when he was dating Kim Kardashian and he thought it was going to last forever. But it didn't, because rumors are that he tried to ask her for her hand in marriage. Dumb move, Pete. Dumb move. But let's take a look at some of his tattoos that he got for Kim. He had a tattoo drawn here on his neck that says, "My girl is a lawyer." First of all, I know this. Do celebrities not know this? Whenever you get a tattoo of somebody you dating, that's the end of it. You just put a nail in that coffin. Don't get a tattoo of somebody or anything associated with them until you get them locked down with a key. I mean, you got to be married for at least 5 years, or it's not going to work out. Remember, Katie told you that. Okay, back to Pete's tattoos. Okay, my girl is a lawyer. That was really dumb. But the thing that really got to Kanye about Pete, not just him dating his wife. Okay, I don't know if you want to call him his ex, because legally they're still married as far as I'm concerned. But this was it, and I talked about this on my Instagram reels. Remember when Pete Davidson got a tattoo of Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's kids' names? But he did it real slick. Now, you guys got to watch out. These comedians are real slick. They real bold. They think they smart. He got their initials put on his neck. But no, he's not smarter than these paparazzis, okay? Because they zoomed in on those high functioning cameras and they saw those initials. And they weren't the only person that saw them. Kanye saw it too. And he was pissed the hell off. And you remember the rants we got from Kanye. He went off on Pete. He went off on him, as he should, because you know what? You don't get somebody's kids' initials tattooed on you. He wasn't even with her long enough. Okay, so let's move away from Pete for a second. Another thing that got Kanye all messed up is that, he's all about the education. You seen it. College dropout. His albums are even about education, right? His mother was a teacher. He wants his children to get the best education. And apparently so does Kim. So the thing is, you heard of this school, Sierra Canyon. All the celebrities' children go to this school. And when I say all the celebrities, really all I know is that LeBron James' son goes here. Sometimes Drake and other stars come to the basketball games, because it's really great players at this school. And also we know that Drake goes there to find some hot woman for him to date on the sideline, whose son is starting on the team. I can't make this stuff up. And as you know, Kanye has his own school. Now, I tried to find a picture of the school, and this is the only picture I could find. I don't know if it's a school. I don't know if it's just an area. I don't know if it's just a place in the area where the school will be, but here it is right here. So Donda Academy, you seen the covers of the magazines with Kanye with his basketball players and them wearing the Donda Academy jersey. But apparently he wants his children to go to his Donda Academy school, named after his deceased mother. Now, before I go further, just reminding you guys to go ahead and hit that thumbs up, like. Okay, thank you so very much. Okay, let's go to another Instagram post of Kanye to go further into this whole schooling situation. Okay, so here's the post. He says, "My kids going to Donda. They not going to Sierra Canyon. Charlemagne the God and Chris, get your mother effing popcorn." Okay, so we back to the popcorn, Mike Jackson. And in the little caption below, he says, "Hi, Hilary. Hi, Mark. You gonna take me off Instagram?" Kanye, didn't I tell you to keep Hillary Clinton's name out your mouth? When you go to sleep at night, I want you to see this man right here. Because he ain't wake back up, man. He ain't wake back up. Okay, back to Kanye. Now, his children, I can't deny it. They're beautiful, right? They're beautiful children. And the thing is, when you're a dad and you're a mom, you want your children to have the best. I don't see anything wrong with that, right? Let's go a little bit further, and I'm going to show you another tweet here. So Kim apparently was texting Kanye, and like they normally do, sometimes Kanye likes to share their tweets, their text. So if we look here, you can see it's kind of cut off, but Kim says to Kanye, "Can you please stop?" And Kanye responds, "No, we need to talk in person. You don't have say so of where the kids go to school. Why you get say so? Because you have white." And then he puts out the popcorn emoji. So again, now we're back to Mike Jackson one last time. He called Kim Kardashian half white. Kanye, now you supposed to be a genius. You're getting it confused again. Just because she's been with plenty black men doesn't mean that she's half white. You feel me? That doesn't that doesn't count for not a damn thing. And if she is half white, you know something that we don't know. So please share in your next rant. So things go even further. In another post by Kanye West, well, this is another text message exchange between him and Miss Kim Kardashian, where Kim says, "For my mom, please tell him to please stop mentioning my name. I'm almost 67 years old and I don't always feel great, and this stresses me to no end." Now, this makes me laugh, guys, because not because I can't relate to this, because she's 67 years old, but I guess I just thought that plastic surgery made people younger. And I had no idea, right, that she's actually inflicted with the same amount of pains as in the 67-year-olds that I grew up with who have wrinkles and actually look 67. Okay. So even though Kris Jenner may have cosmetic surgery, she still has those same pains. Okay, she still has those same aches. She's, if you knock her on the floor, she's still gonna say, I'm down, I can't get up, can you please call 911? See, you can get all that face surgery that you want, you can get all the BBLs and the LLBs and LLCs, but your body will still be your body. And if you ever want to know a person's age, look at their hands. It'll tell you the truth, baby. Okay, back to the back to the text messages. So Kanye responded, "Y'all don't have say so over my black children and where they go to school. They will not do Playboy and sex tapes. Tell your Clinton friends to come get me. I'm here." Boy, didn't I tell you to stop talking about the didn't I tell you to stop talking about the Clintons? I told you they're gonna come for you, boy. I'm trying. See, I be trying to look out for black folks, even when y'all don't do right. I try to look out for you, but you won't listen. I can only take these horses to the water. I cannot make them drink it. Oh my goodness. Whew, I'm sorry about that. Again, Kim said, "Will you please, Kanye, will you please, for the sake of me and my mama, she's 67 years old." And you know what Kanye's response was?
"I'm not going to, so quit asking."
He is not going to, okay? This is one Negro y'all can't shut up, okay? So I'm gonna bump with Kanye till the wheels fall off because you can't shut him up. He is fearless, okay? Paul Mooney was fearless, okay? There is greatness in fearlessness because when you're so passionate and you're all about your passion, okay, you don't let anything stop you. So I commend Kanye West on that because he's all about that work. He's all about what he's here on this earth to do, and that's to do his work. But in all seriousness, he don't want his kids to just be out here doing any and everything. Now, the problem I got with y'all out here, and when I say y'all, I really mean y'all, the viewers, the people that I see on social media, because y'all say stuff like this. Let me go to the Twitter world and bring up a tweet, shall we? So this nice young lady here, I don't know her, Kimberly Nicole Foster, she tweeted out, "The misogyny Kanye unleashes on his own children is wild." And you know what, guys? I have to be honest. I was like, do I know what the word misogyny means? Because it didn't make sense to me to compare how Kanye feels about his children being on TikTok, because you know he don't want little West on TikTok. And I mean, it's even though TikTok's for the kids, you have to be, I believe, 13 years old. There is some racy stuff on there. It's like on Twitter. You know, when you just go on there and look, you think it's okay, but the deeper you get, it's pornographic things, it's things that you really don't want your children to see. But for somebody to go as far and say misogyny, I said, do I even know what that word means? So I looked it up. Okay, I'm not ashamed to say it. I mean, I looked it up. I don't want to be an idiot. I looked it up. So here it is. Misogyny, dislike of, wait, first of all, let me do this like the school spelling bee. Misogyny, noun. Dislike of, contempt for, or ingrained prejudice against women. Let me use it in a sentence, shall I? She felt she was struggling against thinly disguised misogyny. I have to ask you women out here because I'm seeing a lot of you, and I hate to say a lot of black women as well. Do you guys hate men? We talk about men and women all the time, and the fact that men seem to prefer hanging out with their boys more, and where's that coming from? But women, I have to ask you a serious question. Did you not have a father in the home? Because even if your father wasn't in the home, did you not have a grandfather? Did you not have an uncle? Did you not have a brother? Why do we diminish or make small the role of the man in our lives? Okay. Now, we can have trauma from dealing with men, but we still need each other. And what I see from Kanye is not misogyny. I see a father who is really concerned about how his children are being raised. But then again, it goes back to, in the beginning, Kanye, you knew what you was getting into. You knew how this family got to where they were. And I know one thing, if he was my friend, I couldn't always throw up in his face, oh, Kanye, you knew what you got into, because as a friend, you want to meet your friends where they are. Okay, Kanye, you made this mistake. You may not want to call it a mistake because you had children. So I know how that is. Okay. You had a wife, and even though things didn't go right, you may not want to call it a mistake. Okay. So let me say, if I start with where he is now, I'll say, Kanye, you got to be smart about this. You got to do what you got to do to get your kids where you want them to be. You know the family that you're dealing with. So, what are you going to do? Is this the most effective way to go about it? I would love to see Kanye's PR team. Are they stressed out people? You know what I mean? They have to know how to really, 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 truly handle crisis. I thought Andrew Wyatt was spectacular. I interviewed Andrew Wyatt about 5 times, Bill Cosby spokesman, and he called himself the crisis manager. Who is Kanye's West crisis manager? Give these mother suckers a raise, okay? Because these folks are working their asses off, okay, baby? They are working their asses off. Let's go back into some more Kanye Instagram posts, because this the one like the young folks say, this the one right here that really had me right here. Bam. Just a simple one. It says Tristen, Trav, and Scott. So if you don't know, these are 3 victims. Oh, excuse me. These are the 3 men who are currently entangled with the Kardashians. Tristen, we hear about him all the time. He was recently in the video with Drake when he was marrying like 100 women. Tristen is the NBA center who was on the Cleveland Cavaliers. He probably still on the Cleveland Cavaliers, but who keeps up with them? Okay, anyway. So Tristen, he's known for cheating on Chloe all the time. So that's his claim to fame. Okay. Travis is Travis Scott, the one who looks like a bootleg ASAP Rocky. Very popular. He's the one who's in trouble for, letting his fans go crazy at the concert. He's with Kylie. Okay. Then we have good old boy Scott, right? He's the one white guy in the mix. He used to be with the mean little Kardashian sister, the one who dates Travis Barker, Courtney. Okay, bam, there we go. So he made a post, and if you look at the caption, it says, calling my fellow cum donors. Let me say that again. He said, calling my fellow cum donors. I'm not going to tell you what it is if you don't know. It says, we're in this together. Now, this is the post that had me screaming for filth, okay? So Kanye, Scott, Tristen, here they are. And also, here is a picture of Kylie and Travis Scott, who also always looks like he drank some of that tea on Get Out as well. I don't know what all that shit is about, but that's what they look like, okay? So the question is I have about this is, does Kanye not like Travis? Because he never talks about him. I mean, is he not your boy? The only picture I could find, to be honest with you, with Travis and Kanye was a Getty image. And I wasn't about to get a YouTube copyright notification about it, so I didn't post it. But it was back a long time ago when Travis still had that mohawk. So it was a while ago. And Travis, he's always dealt with black people. So I wonder why him and Kanye haven't really been as close. Who knows? You never know what a woman is telling her man. It could be Courtney telling him, hey, don't deal with Kanye. You never know. Or maybe they do hang out. I have no idea. But check this out. Here's another post Kanye made right after this. Now, remember the caption says, calling my fellow cum donors, we in this together. He actually posted a Google search, okay, that says, become a sperm donor today, earn up to $1,500. This is how it works. Now, that is very funny to me. Remember when I was just talking about slavery, and you might have said, oh, she's going on in a tangent. But it makes sense because this is what the black man has always been to white women in the start. I mean, love who you love, okay? Whatever, okay? I'm not going to fight anybody on that. I'm just simply saying that the black man has always been seen as a piece of meat or a property or a tool to work out in the fields. And this goes right back to it. It makes me want to bring up this picture here. Two black men on the side of a white woman, and she's the center of focus, okay? And we still have people today that are taking the role of these two men on the side. The difference is that these men didn't have a choice, okay? These men didn't have a choice in what they had to do because they were afraid to be lynched, beat, raped, sodomized, tortured, brutally killed, whatever. They didn't have a choice. But you do. You did, Kanye. You had a choice. And if I'm seeming like I'm being extreme, it's because you have to be extreme. Because when you don't, people just don't get it. Now, I saw Kanye also post this on Instagram, and I was like, who the hell is this lady? Why is he posting her? So I found out that this lady used to be a former assistant or a former something for Kylie. And if you look at the caption, it says, don't let Chris make you do Playboy like she made Kyle and Kim do. Hollywood is a giant brothel. Pornography destroyed my family. I deal with the addiction. It's Instagram promotes it. Not gonna let it happen to Northie and Chicago. Now I want you to see at this point of the day, this was 2 hours after he posted this post. And he has already 299,000 likes and over 8,000 comments. Now, I'm not going to say I'm jealous, okay? I'm not going to say I'm jealous, but I have said this before on my own Instagram page, and I'll just say I didn't get half the response. I said the part about a lot of social media promotes pornography, but yet when you speak the truth, you get flagged for it. And that's just how backwards it really is, right? And so a lot of the media, they're taking the only thing they're taking from these posts today are just to say that Kanye announced that he had a addiction to porn. But then again, this is what I say to you guys is that for Kanye to be a genius, sometimes he's not very smart because do you not know how your wife, I won't say, well, I guess I will say how she got famous, how she got her notoriety. I can't say the word right now. Don't laugh. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm trying to say. She was working with Paris Hilton prior, helping her pick out outfits, helping her not to be late to shows. And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? There's nothing wrong with doing what you need to do to get where you need to be. I mean, she might have loved the job. The point I'm trying to make is the way she made her big bucks, the way she made her name pop in those lights, the way that she made it to Hollywood truly. And it wasn't about her dad in the O.J. Simpson trial, or it wasn't about Caitlyn Jenner before he was Caitlyn, Bruce. It was because she was on film showing her body, and being involved in intercourse where we could see it, and people always thought that she was a beauty. So knowing that, sometimes the things that Kanye says just doesn't make any sense. But I tell you what does make sense is that he does not want his kids to be in Playboy. Okay. He understands that Hollywood is a giant brothel. Now, it's amazing to me how people like Kanye can say things about Hollywood and still work. So it makes me think, like, does the people that are higher ups in Hollywood, do they just see him as somebody who rants and he's so talented that they'll still work with him? Because think about it, not everybody can talk the way that he does. I don't know if it's just because he has so much money at this point where he's like almost untouchable, We see things like this happen with people like Puffy. Like it almost seems like he's untouchable, whether you like him or not. Okay. So maybe it's a little bit of that. And then he goes on to say, and I don't know if I think the girl that I just showed you is the same person who he was texting, but it says right here, it says, "Thank you. I want to stop OnlyFans and do fashion consulting full time." And Kanye simply wrote in his caption, "Praise God." Okay, so we're back to God. We're back to God. A lot of times I like to ask celebrities, when you say God, what God are you talking about? But that's a whole nother show. Kanye also posted a picture of Serena Williams, who surprised everybody today. And don't act like you wasn't surprised. But she's supposed to be retiring, and I believe she was at the US Open, and she won. So it's all over the news. And deceased fashion designer Victor Abloh side by side with Serena. And I guess Kanye was just trying to say greatness, and he simply put a caption that says versus. Now, the reason I'm bringing this photo up, not only because Kanye posted it, is because it takes us to our next little topic, Gap. We all know that Kanye was in the news recently for going back and forth with Gap. And he's kind of resurrected Gap, okay? Because we liked the Gap back in the 90s or whenever it first came out, but it was Old Navy. It's like Old Navy took over and people forgot about Gap, because all I could think to get from Gap was a sweatshirt, was one of those little sweatshirts you wear in the winter or whatever, different colors. They had all the colors, right? That's what we knew Gap for, like simple khakis and just comfortable little clothes or whatever. But Kanye put them back on the map. His first item sold out of the stores beautifully. Look at this, is just genius though when you think about it. Even if you think it's the dumbest thing you ever seen, Kanye had a genius idea to put his sweatshirts that already look like shirts that were given to the homeless. Let's just be honest. It looks like a sweatshirt that someone gave me that my great grandmother had. It's like, Kera, would you love to wear this sweatshirt that your great grandmother had? No, I wouldn't. No, I would not. I would like my own new sweatshirt. But you know what? All the kids like these clothes now that look used and abused. I don't get it, but it is what it is. Okay. So anyway, look at these trash bags. These are like designer trash bags. So he went back and forth about the company a couple of weeks ago about the fact that they were getting rid of the bags. He's like, do not put my clothes on hangers. These clothes go in these designer trash bags. You messing up the feng shui. You messing up the look. You messing up my artistry. I'm an artist. You messing me up. So they put them back in the trash bags. Congratulations, Kanye. So he still took the Instagram to rant, and here it goes right here. Kanye says, and we're going to zoom in. I'm going to zoom in. It says, Los Angeles Apparel is selling unreleased Yeezy backdoor. They have been undercutting Ye for the past 2 years. And then in the caption, Kanye says, wait, what? So he feels like people are stealing his ideas. You know how the man do it. First, they try to act like they don't like your idea, then they steal your idea. Okay, you got to keep your idea in your head. He kept it in his head. He produced it, and people are still stealing it. So what I had to do was I had to get my hand on a video to really go deeper into this situation with Kanye and Gap. And here we go.
It's not enough. It's not enough. And I love Gap. I gotta give you guys. It's the third one. Here we go. Really give me the position to yay and do what I'm thinking, or I'm gonna have to do what I'm thinking somewhere else. Because one thing I've learned from Virgil, if something's killing you, it's actually killing you. We canceled the pre-order of the blue jacket. That's insane. I got 3 million emails over from Adidas, and we didn't use them. That's insane. That's insane. We sold 14 million hoodies at $80 with no logo on it off of one commercial and never ran the commercial again. That's insane.
That's insane. That is insane. That is insane. Insane to the men brain. That is insane. I love when Kanye said, I've learned if it's killing me, it's killing me. Is that what he said? This motherfucker is great. Shit. He just say some slick, dumb shit and it be so fucking hot. Can I curse on here? Damn. Wish I could do some shit like that. If I've learned that if it's killing me, that it is killing me. Shit. That man's on fire. Yes. Yes. I learned that if you don't wake up, then you are dead. I learned that if you are breathing, you are living. Yes. Thank you, Kanye. I want to go back to Twitter for a second because this person made me think. This person says, Mr. Nasty, call him Nasty, okay? He says, Kanye only talks race and discrimination when it benefits his manipulation tactics with the public. The fact that people fall for it every time shows how stupidity is running rampant in these streets. Let me read that one more time. The fact that people fall for it every time shows how stupidity is running rampant in these streets. I agree, brother. I agree. But stupidity is not only between you and I, it's between these two. She knew what she was getting into, and he knew what he was getting into. So I ask you, before you leave tonight, hit the thumbs up button, leave me a comment, and let me know what you think about Kanye, what you think about the Kardashians, what you think about Pete Davidson. I don't give a damn. Just leave me a comment because I want to know how you guys feel. I really and truly do. Yes. But before I go, I want you to just think about the decisions that you make. Okay. I want you to think about when you start a relationship, looking at their family, looking at mental health issues, looking at the things that you want to deal with. Okay, because nobody's going to be perfect, right? But it needs to be more than a sexual connection. And I do know that you can be in love with somebody and you can be with them and you think you know them. And 10 years later, the person can wake up and look at you and say, I don't know who you are. I don't know who I am, but I don't want to be here anymore. Love is a risk. Anything we do in this life is a risk. But have your notes. Be prepared. And I'm going to be prepared because the next time Kanye West's, I'm going to be ready. And I just want to tell Kanye, you're one of these people who looks at yourself as being godly. And this video of you performing for your album Donda when it first came out and you were going all around the U.S. He didn't go all around the U.S. He literally went to like Atlanta. But this was a part of his show. And I rise like a bird, like the phoenix, I rise. Keep rising, Kanye. Keep rising. I'm out.